Sister Marie, you want to make sure
This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Hello.
Hola.
Bonjour.
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao.
Ciao.
안녕하세요.
Mabuhay.
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights.
Discover new things.
Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words, come home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INCRadio Seattle, Washington.
To everyone tuning in. My name is Sister Marie Carranza, and you are watching INC Radio. And today we have a very exciting show for today's broadcast because summer is here. What are we going to be doing this upcoming summer? Are you going on vacation? Are you maybe having a staycation? So we have a very lovely guest who will be joining us to give us all the deets on her experience and her expertise and the hottest tips and tricks for you to take onto your upcoming trip. Before we get into today's show, we want to be able to read out loud who our hashtag winners of last episode, and then we'll also let you know how you could play and compete to win for next week's episode. So last week, our hashtag winners for INCRadio Seattle, we had in third place the local congregation of Oak Harbor. Congratulations, Paul. In second place, we had the local congregation of Renton. And in first place, we had the local congregation of Marysville. So thank you so much to those three top local congregations for continuing to support our broadcast every single week. And if you want to know how to play, all you have to do is leave your hashtag of your local. So for example, the local congregation of Renton, they would just do hashtag Renton in the chat box below, and one of those will be counted towards your total. So make sure to participate in today's discussion and just add your hashtag onto the end. As well, we have our top brethren who continue to participate and contribute to each show as well. In third place, we have Sister Christlyn Torres from Oak Harbor. Thank you so much. Always there, always sharing the love. In second place, we have Sister Simple from the local congregation of Marysville. Hello, Pope. We see you every single week. And then in first place, very exciting, sorry if I mispronounced your name, we have Sister Narcisa Domingo from Des Moines. So thank you so much, Paul, for always tuning in. And if you want to learn how to participate in our challenge, again, all you have to do is talk to us in the chat below, leave your hashtag for your local, so it counts towards the local congregation hashtag winners. And then you can also compete yourself, and you could be shouted out in next week's show. So before we get into the rest of our broadcast, I want to be able to introduce our very lovely guests. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sister, and what local congregation you are from.
Hello, I'm so excited to be back. It's been a minute. My name is Sister Anna from the local congregation of Kent, and I'm excited to be here.
Yay, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for always supporting and being on because we just know you have so much tips and tricks to share with us. So we have to have you on for different topics. So like we said, today's show is about staycation versus vacation. Kutek, you can also go ahead and start playing some of the photos we have gathered from Sister Anna so we could see some of her travels. And one of our questions that we're going to ask Sister Anna, and then also to our chat box, to everyone tuning in, is do you prefer staycations or going on a vacation, somewhere that's not your current home, and why?
This was a hard question. I was like, what do I prefer? I think there's different things I love about both. Personally, I see a vacation as something relaxing, and sometimes having an itinerary and traveling and planning for every detail, especially if you're going out of country. I think that can get a little stressful. So I don't know. I as I'm getting older, I think I'm liking staycations better. It's a little more low maintenance, and I don't like having a plan sometimes. Sometimes it's just nice to go with the flow. So
yeah, definitely. What kind of planner do you see yourself as? Are you type A, type B?
I think as life gets busier, I've become very much a type B. If you asked me a couple of years ago, definitely type A. I'm like, at this time we're doing this, we're eating breakfast here, we're doing this and that. But now I'm like, let's just figure it out when we're there. What are the vibes? What are we feeling? So yeah, definitely plan or type B right now.
YouTube chat, let us know too if you're a type A or type B planner. It's funny because I think I'd consider myself type B. I'm pretty go with the flow. But if there's a type A planner that's planning, I'm the type of person that likes to just like participate and like treat it as a game. So I'm like, oh, like I'll help until like I can't anymore. I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah. And I feel like too, it like also depends on like where you're going. Because obviously if you're going to like a whole nother country that you've never seen, and there's so many things to see, like you kind of have to be a little more type A. But
yeah, definitely. Especially it's like, I loved how you said like you like to relax on some vacations compared to staycations. There's definitely like a difference between a vacation where you're like relaxing or where you're like an actual tourist, like visiting, sightseeing. And that's where you definitely need to have that plan. Because sometimes you'll show up to places and you want to like check out a museum and they're like, oh, you should have made a reservation like 6 months ago. And it's like, wow, I did not know that.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And Washington is so beautiful. So I'd love to know, what are your favorite places to visit for your staycation options?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many. One place I go to, I feel like a lot, this is actually my hometown, but it just gets more and more beautiful the more that I visit, is Bellingham. If you have not checked out Bellingham,
also educate me so much because I've only been in Washington for about a year now. So I'd love to know where you're going.
Yeah. Well, so it's definitely like a relaxing place. Like I wouldn't go there if you're trying to like be like, I don't know, like I wouldn't go there if you're trying to like see everything, because it's more, a lot of it is nature, and like it's just such a relaxing place. It's a little bit slower of a lifestyle than the city here in Seattle. And so in some ways, when you get caught up in that busy city life, it's nice to get away and like nice to just be around nature and not be around people who are just rushing 24/7. And so Bellingham for sure is one. Another really good place that's like such a little gem that a lot of people don't know about is like Duval or like Woodinville area. It's just so beautiful. And I guess I'm gearing more towards like, again, more peaceful and relaxing places, but those two are definitely top for me. There's so many more. It's Washington. You can make any spot, honestly, a nice gem, but
How far are those locations ish from like Seattle, like city? Like how far would you say like a drive?
Yeah, definitely a drive. I would say like from Seattle, like Woodinville to Duval, maybe an hour-ish. Okay. Don't quote me. I'm not the best navigator. Bellingham's a bit further. It's a lot closer to the border, the Canadian border up north. So I would say maybe like 2-ish hours depending. And if you're up there, might as well, if you have your passport, go to Canada. It's also beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like those aren't too bad of a drive, especially for a staycation, just to like leave after work for the weekend or something. If you want to do like a 2 or 3 day, like not too bad of a drive.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like there's a lot of places like that, especially in Washington.
Yes. And then let's say you are going on a vacation, you either have to road trip it or you're hopping on a plane. Where are your favorite places to go?
Ooh, this one's so tough too. You know, this might be an unpopular opinion, but my favorite places to go are where I know I have like friends and family.
Oh,
and so
love that.
It could really be anywhere. And I'll just have the time of my life. And so I would say like hometowns like Hawaii. I mean, well, obviously because you're going to an island. But like, plus I get to see a lot of my friends and family there. And
like, which island are you going to? Where's all your friends?
Oahu.
Love.
Yes. But I have wanted to see like the other islands. I've not quite visited the others yet. I heard those are very like peaceful and relaxing too. So
definitely. I love how Oahu has like a good mix of like city, but then you're also able to explore and relax in other parts of the island too.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely one good spot I'd like, but really just anywhere where there's family and friends.
Whoever it just happens, it's in Hawaii.
Yeah, happens to be in Hawaii.
I love that. So you could be able to visit your family and then also be able to chill and relax on vacation. So best of both worlds, honestly. We have here in the comment box, Brother Vaughn says, great to see everyone come out for the district flag football activity in hashtag Oak Harbor. Yes, that was today, and flag football, so much fun. So hope to see great pictures in our next broadcast of everyone that was there. So Sister Anna, what is something you think you can do during a staycation that you can't do on a vacation, and then vice versa?
Ooh. I feel like when you're thinking staycation, of course, it's a little bit closer, or like it's in really like your, I don't want to say backyard, but in your local area. So driving, of course, I think it gets tough when you're traveling and you don't have a car, or you have to rent a car and just like bring it back and all that. So like having your own car at your own convenience is so nice. And that's why I think I like staycations a little more, because it's just easier in that sense. Again, less planning for a type B person. Yeah, I think that's definitely a perk. Vice versa, though, is of course with vacations, it's like you're in a whole new place. You're around all different kinds of people. Sometimes like a vibe. Like I don't know. Are you from California?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was gonna say San Diego. I used to live there as well. And like the vibes, like the people, the vibes, like I don't know if it's the San Diego sun, but like the vibes are just great there. And so I just feel like you get a different vibe everywhere you go, and you don't always get that in your own town. Does that make sense? Like different vibes.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like even if it's just like a staycation, but a little bit farther away, you're still able to feel like you're away from home, but able to explore like the different city vibes. Because I'd say definitely like in San Diego too, just like hopping over like different cities, some are more family oriented, or some are more geared to going to eat in restaurants and walking everywhere, or able to just relax, and like there's not a lot of like activity in different places. So definitely like you can get a lot out of staycations, but again, it does depend on what state you live in.
Yeah.
Washington and California just happen to be really fun.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely. And I'd say like the car thing is always such a thing, especially like let's say you're going to, I don't know if it's like New York, or if you're going to Europe, you can get away with like public transportation. But I'd say like some places, like even in California, like when some people will be surprised when they like land in LA and they think they could just walk everywhere, but you like really can't. Like you really need a car. So things to think about is definitely how you're getting to places.
Yeah.
We have so many comments. Yay. Sister Melanie says, a vacation, love to see different places and try new food and learn new culture. Is there a place you visited where you were like, the food was like the most amazing thing? Or are you traveling for food? Is that something you like to look for?
Ooh, that's such a good question. Yes, of course. Like always, for me, like always finding a good coffee spot, I think is like top priority. Yeah, looking for food. I'm really not as like, I'm cool with whatever when it comes to food, really. I think coffee, more so coffee than food for me.
Okay. There's someone here in the comments, just like you. Sister Camille says, we love to go on vacation, especially to visit family and friends in different places. Yes, take advantage of that. Amy says, I like to travel and go on vacation. Growing up in the islands, there are not much places to go. Hashtag Federal Way. Brother Ron again says, hashtag Oak Harbor is a great place for staycations. Oh, great to know. Brother Ron, let us know in the chat box where we should visit in Oak Harbor. I'd love to know, since it's a staycation destination. Sister Mary Lou says, best to explore Washington during our summer months. Hashtag Federal Way. Yes, best summers ever here in Washington. There's nothing like it. Sister Cora says, my summer vacation is hiking outside of Washington State every summer, I believe. Yes, beautiful. And Sister Amy again says, I would love to do a staycation now that our family lives here. Lots of beautiful places I have yet to visit. There are so many places in Washington too. Like you couldn't really visit them all in like a summer, especially if you want to take your time and like enjoy everything.
Yeah.
Because that's that perfect mixture of just like nature and city. Sister Michelle messaged us as well to share that. And one of her family members appreciates the trees, green and fresh air. Hashtag Tacoma. The air does hit different in Washington, I must say, especially when you hop off the plane from a vacation. You're like, oh, fresh air.
I can breathe again.
Do you prefer, so now when you're going on your own trips, do you prefer solo trips or vacation staycations, or do you like to go with a group, or maybe a bestie, or with your family? What's your preference?
Gosh,
what are the pros and cons of all of them too?
Yeah, I'm like, man, this is such a loaded question here.
Depends on my mood.
Yeah, literally, I'm like, do I need a break and quiet time, or do I want? But no, honestly, I like it all. I will say, recently I've been loving just going with people. And I guess to a point where it's like when you're with a good group of people, whether it's family or friends or whatever, that just like makes everything better. Like the spot can be like maybe mediocre, or like the food could be mediocre, or the hotel could be mediocre. But if you're with good people, it's like that doesn't even matter. So it just like adds a layer of just more fun, I guess. And so lately I've been really loving just going with people. And honestly, like with people that I'm still getting to know too, is just like, I don't know, you learn a lot about people too when you're traveling with them.
Definitely, yeah. Pros and cons to it all. I know. I'd say I always have like the best. I love going on trips with my family, but of course, like you run into your little things, you're getting so annoying, but like literally would never trade it for anything else. Like truly love family trips, being able to visit or go on trips with them. And then friends is like a whole nother beast too, because you're like, we have a great friendship, and now how are we going to do when we're traveling together? Is there anything when you're traveling that do you prefer, like hotels or Airbnbs, or staying with family if you can?
Ooh, gosh, these are some good questions. I don't know what it is, but something about being in a hotel just really makes it feel more like me. Like you could be on a staycation and be at a really cute hotel, and you're like, ooh, like this is kind of a vacation, you know? And so something about it. And if they have free breakfast, that's like bonus.
Yes. We're going to the free breakfast, and then we're going to find that cute coffee shop after.
Yes.
I was going to say too, like, I feel like when people are on vacations, let us know in the chat as well. Where do you like to spend your money? Are you investing in a beautiful hotel, or are you looking to spend your money on your excursions or shopping or food? I think that is a fun thing to learn about different people. I think I like at least like a solid hotel, but maybe like a really good activity that I get to do.
Yes. Yeah, agreed, for sure. And I don't know if it's just me, but like, do you ever like over save for a vacation where you're just like, I think I'm going to need this much? And like, it's probably like nowhere near what you're going to need, but you're like, you know,
because you never know. You might find something that you really want to buy, or like maybe there's like another activity that everyone wants to do, and you're like, it's a good thing I budgeted for this. Carelli says, happy Saturday and happy viewing to all brethren around the world. Greetings from Washington State. Hello, Po. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sister Sarah says, nice to have a vacation on the farm. Try strawberry picking and feed baby goats in Marysville. Yes, we love our goat farm in Marysville. So Sister Anna, can you tell us what your most memorable vacation or staycation has been?
I think my most memorable, it was our first ever family vacation. All my siblings came, and essentially we flew to Pennsylvania, where my mom grew up. Well, she grew up in Tennessee and Pennsylvania, but we mainly went to Pennsylvania to meet like our family. And I had already met them before, but my brothers hadn't. And so like being able to watch them experience that. And again, I don't know, I guess the whole like being with people and like the people you're with is such a big, like that's a vacation to me, like if it's good people. And so, I think it was super memorable because like we were learning about my mom's upbringing together, and we were seeing farms and like it was like in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So it was definitely an experience. But it was good, and it was super memorable, and definitely one for the books. Like I would redo it again if I could.
What city in Pennsylvania? Like what areas?
It's Lancaster County, so it's like very it's a lot of where like the Amish are. And so like everywhere you go, you see like horses and buggies and Amish, and like so you see a lot of them everywhere. And so again, like such a different experience than what you see like here in Seattle, you know, or San Diego. That's where my other brother lives. And so it was just also nice to see family where like family that we hear about in stories, but we haven't put like a face to the name. That was super, super special for sure.
Yeah. And that's like fun to see like your parent or like your mom or your dad being really excited to see someone that you haven't seen in a while. And you're like, I have no idea who you are, but my parents are happy. So that makes me happy.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you have any tips for or advice for anyone that is planning a staycation or vacation this summer? Like where would you start planning, or like let them know like where they think they should start for ground zero for their trip?
Yeah. I mean, so it's funny because I was like reading this question. I was like, this is such a controversial, I feel like, answer, but I was gonna say, like, of course, look at your like budget, of course, but also too, don't look at it too hard. And I say that because it's like I've caught myself so many instances where I'm just like, oh, like it's probably not the best time, or like I'm holding off on something and like I could do it, but I'm just like, oh, but like maybe something else might happen, or like, and I think it's like, don't think too hard about it. Sometimes the best vacations come out of just like doing it, like just buying the ticket and figuring it out. And I guess at the end of the day, it's like, this is such a basic response, but like it's not that deep. Like I think you're gonna like I think sometimes you just gotta do it and you deserve it. And sometimes you just gotta just book the ticket. And
I feel like sometimes that's where like the plan or like the type B personality like really has the advantage, because once you have like the ticket and the place you're staying, I'm good. I can show up there and like make it an adventure.
Yeah. And sometimes like I mean I tend to, and tell me if you get this way too, but like sometimes when you're like overthinking a trip or just like wanting to go somewhere, like it doesn't happen, or like it happens way later than you intended it to. And so sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, oh, but like maybe it's not the best time. But no, for sure. Sometimes you just got to do it.
I love that, especially when you want to be able to go on vacation with friends and things like that. And I find that like as we're getting older and everyone's just like finding their groove in life and like creating families and stuff, like just book the ticket with your friends. Timing is always going to be difficult, but if you could find like a sweet spot, like definitely take advantage, because you're only able to go on trips with your friends and family for so long before everyone just actually does get too busy.
Yeah, for sure.
I love. We also have another shout out here. A special birthday from all of us here in INCRadio Seattle to Kafel. This is our hint to you for your future vacation to be back here in Washington State. Happy birthday from #INCRadio Seattle. Sister Anna, we'd love having you here on INCRadio all the time, so we hope that this is not the last. But can you give us your special shout outs for today? Anyone you want to say hello to?
Yes, of course. Hello to my locale of Kent. Hi guys, I love you. My family as well. I think they're watching right now, which is exciting. Hello, family. Let's go on another family trip. Just shout out to my locale, my family, everyone. Shout out to Washington District. I love everyone.
Lovely shout outs. Amazing. Okay, perfect. So as we know, Washington, so many things to do here. Today we had our district flag football, but we want to know what else is happening around town. So we have Kutek, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and play our CFO in action.
Hi everyone, I'm Brother Andrew Santa Monica from the local of Seattle, here to give you the CFO in action. For today, we have an activity that's happening right now. It's our District Unity Games flag football at Fort Nugent Park in Oak Harbor, Washington. It started from 10 a.m. and it will conclude at 3 p.m. For tomorrow, June 22nd, we have two activities. The Binhi members of the Church of Christ, those ages 12 to 17, will hold their district Binhi board games at the local of Kent in their CWS hall. CWS means Children's Worship Service. And for the next Saturday, June 28th, we have an Everett CFO Family Fun Day at Whirly Ball at 2 o'clock p.m. And the next day, June 29th, will be our district oath taking. This will happen at 11 o'clock a.m. in the Bremerton Chapel. So stay tuned for more upcoming activities. And if you have any questions for those tuning in, please make sure to reach out to those who invited you. And for the meantime, we will see you in the next CFO in action. Back to you.
Thank you, Brother Andrew. Love to see it. So now we know what's going on in the District of Washington State. We also want to know what places we can visit. So now we're going to go ahead and play our hidden treasures. Go ahead, Kuyatek.
Hello everyone, I'm Brother Terrell Torres from the local of Oak Harbor, District of Washington State. And today you're joining me here in Deception Pass Bridge. There is a bird right in front of me. The Deception Pass Bridge is the only bridge that connects a Whidbey Island to the rest of Washington State. The bridge was built in the early 1900s and of course is still currently being used today, as it is the only way of getting off the island other than taking a ferry. That's all from me today. Thank you for joining INCRadio Seattle, and I'll see you later.
Very cool. I have recently, living in Washington, have become a bridge appreciator. I don't know if that's the right word. I just think they're kind of cool now. Sister Anna, how are you with heights? Would you be on that bridge? That one's really tall.
You know, I have family who lives in Oak Harbor, and so I've been on that bridge a lot. And so if you ask me though, the first time, that bridge is scary. It's definitely high. But it took some time to get used to. But bridges are so beautiful, but I'm not good with heights. So I don't know if that answers your question.
So maybe I need to take a drive over there to try out the bridge for myself, because very interesting. Very cool that it's like the only one on and off that bridge. Very so crazy, wild, like fun fact. Let us know if there's any other bridges in Washington that I need to go visit in the chat, because I think that's kind of interesting. But that is slowly bringing our show to a close. If you can, leave your shout outs down below. We'd be happy to read them quickly here. Actually, you know what? I want to ask Sister Tia, how's the activity? Show us where you're at really quick. I'm calling on you.
Oh, yeah. We've actually concluded the playing part. Well, there's still some playing like kickball and things like that. But right now, we're all socializing right now. The kids are all off playing in the playground. And there's still the food and everything like that.
Is there a winner today? Do we have a winner?
That's a good question. Brother Terrell, who's the winner? Team one.
Team one.
Team one.
Were they pulled from all the locals?
All over the district, mainly from one is Brother Justin. He was part of the winning team.
Brother Justin.
The champions for 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
It's a lot of fun. Very cool. We're so glad everyone was able to have fun today. And if you want to be able to participate, come to Washington, because we have very cool Unity games here. But thank you again for everyone that was tuning in. We, of course, have so many exciting shows. If you like today's vacation topic, we have another kind of same realm of a topic for next week, maybe involving long drives. So if that interests you, make sure to tune back in. We're here every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. You can tune into INCRadio Seattle. But of course, before we close, we do have our special thank yous, starting with our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our District Minister, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our CFO Overseer, Brother Chris Valdez, and our Executive Producer, Brother Manly Andaya. And thank you to, again, everyone that's tuning in, our INCRadio Tech crew here in Washington State and there in the Philippines. But we appreciate you so much, and thank you for all that you do. So make sure to stick around to stay with INCRadio, or visit us again next week here again for INCRadio Seattle. We thank you so much, and we hope to see you all later. Bye po.
about lately? Hello. Earth to Lorraine.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What did you say? What were you saying?
Girl, I've noticed you've been on your phone a lot lately.
I know. No, life's been busy. Family, work, a lot of things.
I understand. But, it's been so long since we've caught up with each other.
You're right. I think, did we want to catch up soon? Tomorrow? Maybe next week?
Next week? Let's say Friday?
Okay, that sounds right. Yeah.
Even though life can get super busy for all of us, it's still important to make time for your friends and loved ones.
And you know what? I appreciate you for telling me. Thank you for reminding me.
That's what friends are for. And this is your friendly reminder from the INCRadio San Diego Satellite Studio.
And we'll catch you on the next
Wave.
This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.